quite a while ago, maybe 2 or 3 years ago, I did a video discussing the Disney Pixar films that I cannot stand. Because I'd say I dislike or don't care for maybe 70% of Disney Pixar films. And that's weird because I am a huge Disney fan. But there are only a couple Disney Pixar films that I actually genuinely like. And I thought it's about time, these many years later, that I mentioned those films just to show that I am happy with some of the films and I can be positive about them. And actually one of them is probably one of my favourite Disney films ever. So these are in no order, but I think the last one that I'll mention is my favourite of all Disney Pixar films. And the first one is a film that I haven't seen in a long time, and it's A Bug's Life. The reason I love A Bug's Life is the nostalgic element. I can't remember if the narrative is good, if the characters are well developed. I can't remember of any of that, but I do remember enjoying it. And now whenever I hear any of the music from it or see any of the clips, I feel very nostalgic and I feel like I've been transported a couple of decades back in time, and that makes me happy. So for that reason, I cannot say anything bad about that film. Inside Out definitely deserves a place on this, mainly because of the sequence with the train and kind of the dreamy element and the pink, was it an elephant? Kind of weird character. I've only seen this film once, and I think I've only seen most of these Pixar films once, to be honest with you. But I really liked that film. I thought the animation quality was very good, the array of emotions worked very well. I did review this, and I can't remember what I said in that review, but certainly looking back on the film now, it is one that I will watch again at some point. How can anybody hate Up? Up is genuinely one that I actually liked. I enjoyed it. I think I've only seen it one and a half times, oddly. But it is so emotional, and it really is. It's rare that an animation based on people rather than animals will make me well up and feel a lot of very kind of emotional feelings. This is incredible. It really is a fantastic film. The characters are brilliant, the narrative is lovely, the animation quality is a lot of fun, and it's not my favourite film ever, and it's not even in my list of top 10 Disneys, but it is pretty flawless. Number 2 is one of the first ever films I saw in the cinema, not the first one, but it was Monsters, Inc. And I mean, this film is incredible, if only for the scene with all of the doors. When all of the doors are on the upside down conveyor belt, I'm not entirely sure what that mechanism is called, and they're trying to find Boo's room, and it is so gorgeous. I love it for the nostalgic element. I have seen this film multiple times, and whenever I watch it, I enjoy it. And I'm always noticing things that I didn't notice, new characters, well, characters who I kind of didn't pay any attention to before, because we have all these different kind of monsters and styles and animation, and I love it. Monsters University is good. It's a good prequel, but for me, Monsters Inc. is just the creme de la creme of Disney Pixar. Number 1 is so good, and I love it so much that I often forget that it's a Pixar film. And this is Brave. This is Disney Pixar's only foray into the whole Disney princess realm. Merida is incredible. She's from the Scottish Highlands. I'm from Aberdeen, which is right next to the Scottish Highlands. And it's a beautiful feminist film, and it's funny, and the use of Tuchter and Doric is hilarious, especially when you're watching it with a non-Scot who doesn't understand it. Soundtrack is sensational. Kelly MacDonald is great. Emma Thompson voices in it. I love it. So there is perhaps a little bit of evidence that I do like Disney Pixar. It's just, I always feel like the average Disney Pixar film is not as good as even the average Disney. Do let me know your favourite Disney Pixars, and of course let me know if you agree with my list of favourites.